He says, "Why is this so high?" I said, "Oh, I had someone else pump it for me because I was afraid." And man, he didn't get mad, he cried. That messed me up, man. It's like, why are you afraid to make a mistake? You know what I mean? He said, make a mistake. He said, the people that are afraid to make mistakes are usually gonna end up working for the people that are willing to make mistakes and take a chance. I've kind of made a monster out of me because I've been a risk taker pretty much ever since.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Christmas Eve, and I'm standing here with my dad, Big Papa. Most of you guys have asked me from time to time what it's like on the Edwards farm here in Mississippi. So we're gonna show them what it's like, right, Dad?
We're gonna show them what it's like.
I mean, he has so much passion. You can see it in his, and he has this great voice. I mean, if he's singing "I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas," you would see Bing Crosby, because that's just the way he was. He did everything perfect.
He had a way of looking at the heart of someone and see if they were willing, if they had what he felt to be a good heart, that he could take a chance on them. And everybody wants a chance. Just give me a chance. And he did that a lot, man. Just gave people a chance.
He pushed me, and to this day, he's the main reason why I sing out like I do, because I would be so shy. But he brought that out in me.
When my mom passed, he stepped in and really aided us in our process.
Came in my life and believed in me more than I believed in myself. In fact, he made me believe in me.
We miss him here at Mount Moriah and have missed him since he's been gone.
My dad was born, June 16th. Pretty much the middle child. My Aunt Viola was older than him, and then my Uncle Terry actually was younger than him. So yeah, he was right in the middle. Uncle Lonnie was really instrumental in teaching him a lot. Guitar, how to build things. I mean, I remember, building things, and it just drive me crazy, man, when I got older. But he learned a lot from his older brother, Uncle Lonnie, and they lived in a little house, man, that probably smaller than most people live in today.
From 9 and 10, I stayed with her. She mostly helped raise me.
With Mama Danny?
Yeah, with your daddy's mama. And my family and everything was living out there. But at the time when she lost her husband and things, Amy was getting a little on up in age. So she needed somebody to be out of with her in case something went wrong with her. I happened to her. And so since I was a baby, they volunteered me.
They made do. They didn't have a whole lot, but my grandmother, Mama Danny, she was small and fierce, though.
Man, if you don't be doing it, Mama gonna get you. Cause boy, he'd whoop us, Mama whoop us, and they be hollering. Oh, help! And he hollered so loud. The mama set us up in the house when she doing that. I'm gonna whoop y'all. And what she do? She shut the door. We know what it was. She whoop that side of the wall and get that switch, boy, and she whoop us. I wasn't wrong. I used to sit there and they be hollering loud, but you think she kills Mama? Mama thinks she killing him. But
she didn't take any mess, but she worked really hard to make sure that they had the best life they could have. And so her work ethic and her integrity was a big part of who they became, and they became really hardworking people. And that, just living in the country, in that area of Carthage, not having a lot, having to walk to school, and in the winter months, even in Mississippi, it gets cold in the winter, but walking to school, and it's that wet snow because it's not completely frozen, and sometimes his shoes were not the best shoes, so sometimes the shoes were wet by the time he got to school. And him and my Uncle Terry and my Uncle Harvey rumor has it, would walk to school after they missed the bus. The bus driver saw them coming and would just pull off anyway?
We had to do that in the morning time before we go to school. We had to do that. They had to milk the cow. He was the milker. I didn't even, he the only one to milk the cow. And he'd go out there sometimes, we'd milk him, he'd mess around and turn and let the cow kick the bucket over after he turned the milk over. We slept together, me and Terry and Nathan slept together. When we were small, we slept together because you didn't have a lot of beds. And so that's just life. I mean, working in the fields, we didn't have nobody, just me and Lonnie, he always done the plowing, and we had to hoe and do the rest of the hoe. While Lonnie be plowing, we be hoeing. And so, picking cotton and stuff like that. Man, we come up rough, man. I ain't joking. It was stuff.
The family took care of families. It's not like it is now. All families come together. And everybody, like, even I remember when I was little, back then, that when we would kill hogs, all the people that would come and help us kill hogs would get a part of the hog. And then when they would kill hogs, we would go help them. I never could get out there. Why we give them all the meat? But that was a routine that each family did for each other to make sure they never would out stuff.
When working on somebody's farm, it wasn't no job. So that's my small years when I was in my teens and young teens. But they said he gonna stay. When I get out of school, I'm getting away from him. And that's what he done. He moved out and went to Milwaukee.
Those were times when I think my dad started to make up his mind as a teenager that he was gonna leave Carthage and he was gonna do something else, find a better life. Back then, when my dad decided, I'm gonna find a better life. I'm moving up north. And back then, a lot of black people from the South were moving to the North to find a better life, And it seems like, man, we're still talking about that, but that was the case then. And Dad moved up to Milwaukee. He got a job working at a foundry. He hated it, but it was better than what he had experienced in Mississippi. So I think it was more of a means to an end for him at the time. He worked at a place called Wisconsin Motors, I know for sure. He worked at another place called Crucible Steel. He worked at a place called A.O. Smith.
When he was working in A.O. Smith, I think, A.O. Smith, yeah, he showed me that place where he used to work, and he showed me, and then a steel mill where he worked at, He said how hard it would have been there.
I remember him telling me that he hated that so much, coming home and just coughing, because he was working with that hot steel. He'd cough, and when he'd spit up black spit. The stuff was in his lungs, and he says, I'm not doing this for the rest of my life. So again, he decided, this is step one, but step two is get out of here quick as you can, you know what I mean? So he took up something that he really loved, his passion, which was photography. So, someone introduced him to a camera, and man, he never looked back. They started calling him the cameraman in Milwaukee, yeah. He went to a school called MATC, Milwaukee Area Technical College. And he went there. It was another friend of his by the name of Frankie Cole. And those two guys actually were the only black guys in the photography program at Milwaukee Area Technical College.
Nay and I went to a junior college to study photography. At that time, I had a lot of issues, a lot of problems. He would pick me up every morning so we could go to school to make sure I wouldn't be late.
But he really loved taking pictures of people. And he created this tagline, Nate Edwards, Positive Images. And that was his thing, positive images, no matter what. He just lived by that. After he graduated from MATC, and he was already taking pictures, he started taking wedding pictures, he started doing still shots for people, he started taking modeling pictures.
That's when he done got his studio, getting his studio built, starting his studio and everything, And he was showing us and all like that, and then looking at taking pictures, showing the pictures, he was telling all that. It was a lot of fun to see him doing. He was doing like that, and so And then we went to it was something different for me to be around him. We went to the horse racing and thing. And played the horse with my brother-in-law. I didn't know anything about playing the horse, but we happened to win some money. And me and Robert both come back and give my brother in this studio together. We gave him $100 a piece. And it was two, but up there, and he said, man, that's gonna have, he talking about what he talking, we can, maybe we gonna get something, we already, we up here in business, so we gonna help put you in with our vacation. So we show you how much we enjoy, we gonna leave something with you. So that's what we done, we give, and then that's where he started over on Titonia. Was it Titonia? I think it was Titonia. That's the street he had a studio. That's where we at Titonia. Taking pictures, yeah. Well, it was something else. Yeah, he had a good life. Okay, we had a good life. I had a good life with him. Okay, he was real good. Couldn't have had no better brother.
It started working for him. You know, not right away though. There was a time where he was actually still working those two jobs. He was working at that A.O. Smith place. He was going to school, and then he'd go out at night and take pictures at the bar. Somewhere in that area, you know, he ran into my mom, you know. Little did he know when he met her, they lived in close proximity of each other down in Mississippi. Well, his best friend, the way my mom tells it, his best friend and her best friend were dating. And that's kind of how they end up meeting.
We're in the Christmas season, and this year really won't be the same because I lost my husband, my children lost their dad, my grandchildren lost their granddad, and my great-grandchildren lost their great-granddad. I don't have much Christmas lights out there because he always would help me do that. But you know, he had a lot of talents. My husband had a lot of talents and gifts. But one gift he didn't have is dancing. Sometimes when we would hear a song on the radio or the television that we used to hear a lot years ago, I would say, Nate, come on, let's dance. I knew he couldn't dance because he never could really dance. And we would get up and dance, and we would have a good time. He thought he was really dancing, but he really wasn't. I miss that man. He was so much fun, and he had so many gifts and so many talents. And he could do many things, but that's one thing he couldn't do.
My sister, Trinae, was the oldest. She came along probably about 5 years before me. I gotta tell you, man, you know, we had a good life. I thought, be honest with you, I thought for sure that we were pretty well off because I look around and, you know, my dad was always working. I knew that for a fact. And I know everything we kind of needed was there. Mom was always home, and as far as I know, like we were doing great. But later on, I found out like we weren't doing as great as I thought. So you know, but I mean, my mom and dad, they created this comfort level for me and my sister. You know, like actually we went to Catholic school, ate together on Sundays. We didn't always eat together on the evenings, you know, because Dad was sometimes out working, you know, but like we were definitely eating. Mom was a great cook, always has been, and still is now, probably the best cook I know, you know, to this day. Man, we just ate so well, I just didn't thought we were rich. They were a good team as far as from what I could see, and you know, church was a big part of our lives, you know. You know, to this day, I'm grateful that you know, they taught us to have a relationship with God, you know. And my dad was a singer. He used to go around and do quartet music with his brothers and sisters way back in the Mississippi days. But he also, you know, he also loved to teach other people to sing.